Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I will be talking about a Heaven Burns Red event which I really liked. It is the very recent event that ended, or I think it's still continuing, I think. And it is called the 28 Meters of Eternity. It is Kiryu Miya's story, and I don't make videos for events, like, I don't make I only make videos for the main story and stuff like that, talking about it. But I liked this so much that I thought I have to make a video on this. And I don't know, this is probably like the best event I've played in this game for now. Like, we've played a lot of events up until now, like, there's been a lot of events. I don't know exactly how many, but there's at least, we have gone through at least like 15 to 20 events, I think. This is the best one for now, at least. And I think it'll be a pretty difficult job to kind of go above this for now, because I don't know, this event has something in it now. I think, like, like, events have been getting actually better and better. I feel like the stories are actually getting better and better. The first few, like, like the first couple of events, I remember it was good, it was emotional. But there was something missing, I've always felt, like the Heaven Burns Red events. But I think nowadays, like, especially a few of the recent events have actually been really good. For example, the recent event that we had, which was the one where we go back in time, like to Narashiro Dome, and like, we have Megumi trying to save, what was the girl's name? I forgot the girl's name. The little girl who she interacted with, the green haired girl. She tries to kind of save her and help her out, but it kind of messes things up, if you remember. In the end, the moral of that whole event was basically that sometimes you have to accept it, and Tama was the one who was able to kind of let her realize that, and kind of, that was a really good event. Like, it was really good. And there were a few other events, like a few other recent events that I've been liking very much. This one definitely tops everything. Like, this current event. Now, I think, like, there's one of the reasons why this event is so damn good. It's because I feel like this is, I don't know, this is very canon. I feel like all the events are canon, like, I know that, but this feels especially, like, like, because something happens in this event that is, I feel like that will be very important in the future main story, like, like, progression. Mia realized something is going on with this whole situation. When she realized her sister is the person in front of her, but then she's like, wait a minute, why is my younger sister, who is supposed to be younger than me, why is she 50 years old, why I'm here in my 20s, like, what's going on? So this realization, it's very important, because this is based on the whole secret about the human Nardis, about how none of these people are actually alive. They are dead, and these guys who are here using the seraphims and everything, they're all human Nardis. Ruka is kind of the only exception, because she was the one who was able to, from chapter 5 we got to know, who became a human Nardi on her own. But all these other people here, they have been made into these people, and they're just mimicking them, you could say, in a way. They have their memories and everything, but they're not the same. So that is, like, Mia's realization that something is going on, that is very much connected to this. So I feel like this is going to be important in the future story. I don't know, like, I don't know, I don't think I've ever seen an event which has something so important in it. Like, this feels like a part of the main story. So, I don't know, it just, that in itself was very interesting, and I don't know, I really enjoyed that, about this event. The fact that we had something very significant, which is actually seems important. Not only that, that was like one part of it that I liked. The whole story was very entertaining. Obviously, like, I don't know, Mia has always been like one of my favorite characters in this story. um Obviously we have the main group, like Yuki, Ruka, and all of them. I love them, all of them. But I feel like out of the other characters, the other, the other squad member characters, Mia has been probably one of my like most favorite characters. And maybe because of that I'm a bit biased, I don't know. But yeah, like her interaction with the squad was absolutely hilarious. How she's always been this person who's like, oh, I have to be, I have to be very calm and quiet, but she always gets swept up into all these like things and gets agitated. And especially now that she was participating in like Ruka's group, it becomes even heightened. Not only that, it was hilarious to see Ruka actually being able to charm her, and she was absolutely terrified about that fact that that is happening. Oh god, like I I don't know, like this is crazy because from the very beginning we've seen that she always had like a very much a lot of fondness for Shirakawa. So I never thought that I would see the day where she would be like getting charmed by Ruka. Good lord. But anyways, that one was hilarious. That whole like those sections and everything. And yeah, so all throughout, it was very comedic. It was very like like funny and everything. Yeah. And on top of that, the story section, the serious section that we had, which was basically this lady being she kind of suspecting that in that dome they had people who are like forming like a cult from that lady's description and of everything. And she gets concerned about that and goes to see what's going on, at the end realizing that it's not the dome, but it's that particular individual whose like sense of time is just completely skewered. So she talks to her and realizes, oh, this is my sister. Like, yeah, so that whole section was really good. Like I said, I at that moment I was thinking like, what the hell, what direction is this going towards? If she realizes that this is her sister, that would be crazy. Because immediately the question that will come to my mind is that how is my sister, who's supposed to be younger than me, 50 years old over here while I'm in my 20s? Like, what's going on? That is such a big anomaly that I don't think any kind of lie can cover that up. This is like a huge thing. So this will mean that she is probably the one closest to learning that this whole human Narvi situation, except our main group, our 31A, except them, they all know about it. She's the one who's the closest to learning that, because this is such a big anomaly that it's definitely going to strike her. And I'm sure she's going to question this definitely in the future. Like, for now, like as you can see in the event, she's like, let me stop thinking too deep about this and let me just deal with this situation currently. But surely after going back, she'll think about it and she'll be like, what is going on here? Like, so I was surprised that they actually went that direction. So like, because this means this event is actually very important to the main story. Like, all the other events you can kind of skip it. You won't be able to get to know the backstory of the other characters. That's only one thing that will be missing. But I feel like this is like a vital information or a vital thing that they added into this event, and which will be important to the main story later, because surely now she'll be questioning like what's going on here. Yeah, so that's the thing. But anyways, like, yeah, that was really good. Also, the story was very emotional as well. Like her and her sister, how she always kind of wanted her, wanted the best for her sister. She didn't like the way her father treated them. And yeah, like she was never able to express her love properly because she never realized it. And now after losing her sister, she's realized again, which brings up this whole thing which we have been experiencing for the past couple of chapters as well, especially chapter 5 part 1. Like, realizing how much the other person means to you after losing them. We had that with Ruka and Ruka's mom, Hinata. where Ruka realized, or the human Narbi Ruka realized, how much she meant to her, how much more she meant to her. Like, she already meant a lot to her even when she was alive, but how much more she meant to her after losing her. Yuki and Ruka as well. Yuki realizing how much Ruka means to her after almost losing her herself, and here again Mia realizing how much her sister meant to her, how much more her sister meant to her after losing her, and realizing that back when her father used to treat them like that, she used to protest about it, but she didn't realize why she did it. But she came to the realization later on that it's because I loved my sister so much, that's why. But after losing her, after her mother went away with her, she realized that, looking at that Kokeshi doll, that little doll that she had. And yeah, so that part was very good. So yeah, funny, emotional. I feel like this whole event was really well balanced. It wasn't just like, like I don't know, like a lot of these events I've felt, especially a few, which has always been a little bit like tedious the first 2 days. The third days kind of picks up the pace. This felt very much balanced, in my opinion. It was very well balanced. The previous event was also very balanced as well. The one where the time travel one, where Megumi and the other groups go to, this one was also very balanced. Like, every day that we played was very interesting and entertaining. And so I don't know. Again, maybe it's just me, but I really liked the pace at which this event went. Yeah. In the end, her sister also realized something weird is going on, because when she, like, drew her bow, and she could hear the sound, and she immediately realized that that's her sister. Yeah, it was pretty. I don't know what to feel. Like, the ending was kind of caught me off guard. Like, when she said something like, they were having this whole game about saying something that is like makes the other person curious. So she never participated in it, but in the end, that part caught me really off guard, because she said something like, "If I met you 30 years ago, I would like to be your friend." And then she takes off her mask, looks at the camera, and she says, "And that is my like submission for that, like, that game that they were playing." Which is kind of funny, because it is true. Like, she is her sister. She was, 30 years ago they were like best of friends, but at the same time it is also like a statement that will make you curious, so it is valid submission for the game that they were playing. um, and in a way you could also say that probably that made her, like, like, that was like a good character development for her, because we've been seeing how, like, she was always this, like, I wouldn't call her stubborn, but she always has this type of a, like, a thing where she was like, oh, like, in the end, her participating in that game, which she has always been saying that, oh, I'm not going to participate in, kind of shows how much more flexible she has become. And like, something like that. But anyways, a really good event. I just wanted to talk about this briefly. I'll end this video here. But this event definitely felt, I don't know, different from the others. And I liked it so much that I was like, yeah, let me just make a video on it. This event has been absolutely amazing. And I would probably rate this on the same position as the main stories. Like, I really liked it that much. Again, like I said, it might be my bias speaking, but because I always liked Mia quite a bit more than all the other characters. The other, like, squadron like, the other squads and everything, all the other members. Mia has always been like one of my, like, favorite characters. Maybe that's why that bias is talking. I don't know. Whatever it is, I like this story very much. So yeah, and there you go. I'll end this video here. Thanks for watching, guys. This was just me talking about the newest event we played, the event with Kiryu Mia in it. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and you haven't subscribed, comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it. I'll end this video here. I will make another video, Heaven Burns video. Like I said, I want to show you guys my account again, all the new characters that I've gotten and everything. I made a video like this before. I want to make another one because After that, I've gotten a lot of new characters and really good ones. So I want to show that. So I'll make that video maybe in, I don't know, when I get time. Maybe in a week or maybe in 2 weeks. Whenever I get time, I'll make that video. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.